Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the end of the 2014-2015 regular season. We have finished week 18, so we're going to go over kind of a recap of the games. So Andrew Luck defeats the Arizona Cardinals. They go to 14-3, and they are solidly in first place in the NFC. Arizona Cardinals are 11-6, also making the playoffs. And then we got ourselves the New England Patriots falling to their rival, the Dolphins. Dolphins go 15-2 with 4 touchdowns by Newton. Patriots needed this game for a chance at the playoffs, and they fail. They lose here to Miami. Not a good look for the Patriots. Then you have the Denver Broncos getting the victory over the San Diego Chargers. San Diego is trying to solidify their wild card seed. We'll see if they actually made it. And then the Denver Broncos, they were already the division winner, and they just get an extra win. Matt Schaub was the starting quarterback because Bradford, we just kept him out because we wanted to keep him free from injury. Bradshaw, a lot of them were taken out. So that's why we got Monty Ball, who got 92 yards and a touchdown, but now he's injured unless they make the Super Bowl. So tough break for the second-year man, but he got a lot of playing time this time. Dree Archer, 69 yards. Darrell Richardson, 29. So got some backups playing in that game. Then the Detroit Lions needed this win if they were going to stay above the Green Bay Packers for the division, and they do. So that 17-14 victory with only 57 yards passing, but 167 yards from Felix Jones on the ground. Defeats the Seahawks. Seahawks fall to 11-6, but they still made the postseason. Then another game where McNabb played, I think, the first quarter, and then I put Bridgewater in for the remainder of the game because the Eagles were already solid second seed, and so, or I believe second seed. And the Giants, they get a win against their rival heading into the playoffs, but Giants, of course, fall short, 8-9. Mediocre season for the New York Giants. So Matt Barkley delivers mediocrity. Now, this is the big win because the Raiders and the Browns could have been, and the Patriots were all fighting for that 7th seed, and the Browns got it. So with this game, 300 yards passing for Pryor. We see Hightower at 50 yards rushing, defeating the Oakland Raiders, going 9-8. Raiders fall 8-9. So Hugh Jackson loses to the Browns, the Raiders coach, and Mike Pettin in his first season just squeaks by and gets into the playoffs for the Browns. Then the Steelers were trying to go 8-9, and unfortunately they fall to the Bengals, who won the AFC North. We see Derek Carr with 4 passing touchdowns, 327 yards. Big Ben, 250 yards. Really kind of in a reverse reality in this year with Bengals and Browns making the playoffs, and the Steelers and Ravens falling short. Then we've got the Buccaneers falling to the Panthers. This game didn't really necessarily matter because the NFC was mostly wrapped up last week with every team being solidified except for the Lions and the Packers. So with the Lions' victory, they were able to seal the deal. So this was just a end-of-season division game that the Panthers were able to come away with. So Panthers are over 500. Buccaneers are slightly below 500. The New Orleans Saints squeak out a victory against the Falcons, as you can see. Jimmy Garoppolo gets to start his rookie campaign, right? Peyton Manning is the starting quarterback, and they benched him. They also benched Le'Veon Bell just because they didn't want them to get injured. You see a lot of the wide receivers are some of the backups. A few starters Sanders got a catch, and Bell got 1 carry. But for the most part, it was backups. And then Geno Smith was the quarterback going into this week because, again, why not? Michael Vick had Geno Smith started the season. They switched to Michael Vick. Vick got them a couple wins. And then Geno Smith was there the last week 18 just because it didn't matter. So he played the younger quarterback. And he got the slight victory. So of Jimmy Garoppolo versus Geno Smith. Geno Smith gets the victory there. Then the Green Bay Packers, who started off 0-6, I believe, are now 9-8, and they were just shy of the playoffs because the Lions won. I think if the Lions lost, the Packers would have won the division. So talk about a turnaround season for Brock Osweiler and the Packers. Andre Brown, who was with the Jets, the Green Bay Packers traded LeSean McCoy for a first-round pick from the Jets. So they have an extra first-round pick and multiple other picks. And they picked up Andre Brown, who's been pretty solid this season. We can see his season stats. I mean, 94 yards, 7 touchdowns. Not bad for a like 70-ish overall. He got to 77. I think he improved a lot this year because of his gameplay. Martin, 100 yards for the Vikings. And we see Griffin with only 100 yards-ish passing. 2 interceptions, 1 interception from Mallet. Then we have the Jaguars getting a double-digit victory in this season with a 10-7 record, 17-14. Cousins only going 4-13 in his first year as a full-time starter. Not what the Colts wanted, not what Norv Turner wanted, but they have a chance now. We'll see if they have a chance at Marcus Mariota. I don't know if they're the 3rd pick or the 4th pick, but yeah, AFC South, Colt McCoy leading the way for the Jacksonville Jaguars, so good job, Jacksonville. Then we got the Dallas Cowboys, who are in the playoffs. I believe they are in the playoffs, like the 7th seed, but they're still very high ranked as a, maybe they're the 6th seed. 11-6, so solid season for them. Russell Wilson, you see 5 passing touchdowns against the Commanders. Manziel was injured for the rest of the year, so Trent Edwards was the quarterback. And they are 3-14. So the Commanders could also go with Marcus Mariota. They have the 2nd overall pick. Goodson, 79 yards. We see Ebron and Fitzgerald. Just 3 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns to Fitzgerald. Just amazing performance by both of those receivers. Then Joe Webb gets another win with the Baltimore Ravens over the Kansas City Chiefs. Blake Bortles was able to bring the Chiefs back into more relevance, so he had a good job in his rookie campaign. However, the last few games, the Chiefs just fell. And then the Ravens actually rose to 7-10 after Joe Webb became the quarterback instead of Colin Kaepernick. We see Jonathan Dwyer and Donald Brown having a pretty good rushing game. Brown with 3 touchdowns, 72 yards. Dwyer, 98 yards with only 3 carries. ASJ, Austin Seferian-Jenkins, 77 yards. We see Brandon Marshall with 100. Then we have the Jets and the 49ers, and Breeze threw 3 interceptions. Smith threw 2 touchdowns. So, yes, Smith, who did go to the 49ers in real life, went to the Jets. He's been all-star, Super Bowl superstar quarterback for them. 34-7, just trouncing them. The Niners could very well go with Jameis Winston, especially with Drew Brees being 35 years old and having a really rough season. We see 2,200 yards, 16 and 14. He missed a good number of games due to injury. So a 36-year-old quarterback or Jameis Winston, number 1 overall pick opportunity. I think we all know what the 49ers should do in this situation. Then we got the Buffalo Bills beating the Houston Texans, just keeping them from having any sort of gap closing between them and the Jacksonville Jaguars. So 7-10 is the Houston Texans record. Sanchez, their quarterback, had a modest season, not bad, but not good enough. Kind of been a journeyman quarterback since he left the Chicago Bears. And then E.J. Manuel getting a win here, and that was far and few between, only 5 this season for Buffalo. Not a good year for Rex Ryan. And then the Titans defeat the Bears 17-7. This was the Sunday night game. Palmer, who was traded for, only has 121 yards. Tavares Jackson, 169, 1 touchdown, 17-7 victory. So I will go over the league leaders in another video because I think I have some fun, creative ways of using AI and some slides there to kind of share the stats for the league leaders in this season. But as you can see, we've got the Miami Dolphins and Rams both having the bye week for their conferences. You have the 2nd place Denver hosting Cleveland. Cleveland making their 2nd playoff appearance in my franchise. So in 13 seasons, they will have made the playoffs twice. The Seattle Seahawks are on the road against the Philadelphia Eagles. Going to be a very tough matchup there. Seahawks are loaded with talent with Matthew Stafford as their quarterback. But then the Eagles have McNabb and just had a history of winning in this franchise. You've got the San Diego Chargers, who are the 6th seed going into Cincinnati, taking on the Bengals. We have the Dallas Cowboys going on the road to Atlanta, the 3rd versus 6th. So Peyton Manning versus Russell Wilson. Then you've got the New York Jets, who are the 5th seed, taking on Jacksonville, who is the the Jets have a better record than the Jaguars, but But despite that, Jaguars have home field advantage. And then the Cardinals, who are 11-6, take on Detroit, who's at 10-7. So kind of the same situation. The 5th seed, actually, and the 6th seed. Actually, yeah, the 5th, 6th, and 7th seed in the NFC are better than the Lions with their record, but they're all the wild card teams. And Arizona gets to take on the Detroit Lions and Ryan Tannehill. If we look at some award races here, as you would expect, Cam Newton having a fantastic year. 4,700 yards, 44 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Able to do it on the ground as well. And then Jim Harbaugh, likely coach of the year. Got Julio, Khalil Mack, Jarvis Landry, Gerard Mayo leading the way for these various awards. And we look at the standings. Or actually, if we go to the draft, that might be the better draft order. So, 49ers, Commanders, Colts, Saints, Bills, Bears, Titans, Vikings, Texans, and Steelers have a top 10 pick. So, yeah, normally the Steelers aren't picking that low. We'll have to see how they want to take this draft. I know this is not really that great of a draft class. We got then the Chiefs, Ravens, Patriots, Buccaneers, Giants, Raiders, and then the Packers. Then you got the Browns that are expected probably to lose this the first round, maybe getting the 18th pick. And really the only team with trades have been the Packers. So the Packers have accumulated a good number of picks here. As you can see, a Chargers pick, a Raiders pick, a Chiefs pick, a Jets pick. I don't think anyone else has more than their standard picks. And that's it for this video. League leaders, coach changes, and probably some actual footage from the playoff games will be coming next. So thanks for watching the video. Thanks for watching the update. Again, we're getting to the exciting part of the year, which is playoffs, Super Bowl, and then the offseason to see where everybody gets shuffled around. So see you in the next video.